Should we all be wearing gloves? Should we all be wearing gloves?
Here we go. Let's bring the meeting to order. Begin with the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
At this point in the agenda, we'll have a moment of silence. All right, turn things over to Brooke for a roll call.
Council President Chamberlain,
Here.
Councilor Gregg,
Here.
Councilor Heising,
Here.
Look at that
Councilor
tiny.
Here.
Councilor Stickley,
Yes.
Councilor Steers.
Yeah.
We have 6 members present, we have 1.
Perfect. Thank you, Brooke. Moving on to the approval of prior meeting minutes. We have 3 here. If we're comfortable with taking care of all 3 with one motion, I think we'll be okay with that. So, yeah.
I would make that motion to approve them.
Thanks, Harold.
I'll second it.
And Patrick with the second.
Motion to approve the prior meeting minutes was moved by Councilor Stickley and seconded by Councilor Griggs. Councilor Stickley?
Yes.
Councilor Griggs?
Yes.
Council President Chamberlain?
Yes.
Councilor Schneider?
Yes.
Councilor Heising?
Yes.
Councilor Steers?
Yes.
That was all in favor, I'm so sorry. But 68-0 nays, motion carries.
All right. I think we're okay.
Okay.
Tom, are we okay?
Yeah, she's a little nervous about the Halloween thing.
She is. She's like, oh my gosh, I hope it's Saturday. And at any point, INT would like to turn the camera to get our clerk on TV, that'd be great. Just go ahead and do so, right, Brooke?
Oh.
I don't see anybody in attendance wishing to address council tonight, so moving on to committee reports. Turn things over to Patrick for a tree commission summary.
All right, so Wednesday, August 11th, we met. Actually, Larry Fry was the only person absent, and Brooke was there to take notes for us. So there was several things that were discussed. There were some tree issues that Rick Fry saw that he just was going to go talk to Keith about to make sure that we're taking down ones that need to be taken down and ones that don't need to be taken down don't get taken down. So he was going to go talk to Keith and kind of work through that. And then there were also 3 trees at Reard Park that the group was going to go look at. I was unable to attend that, so I'm not sure what the outcome of that was. But one of them is hanging over the pavilion, and part of another one had already hit our new shelter down there. There was no major damage, but so they wanted to go look at those. Then there was another general discussion about the memorial tree program and the current cost of that. We just wanted to make sure that we were in line to cover if a tree dies and we have some extra in there to cover that and make sure we weren't outpricing ourselves with the actual initial cost too. So we're going to kind of look into that. And then Laura Camp had brought up a new idea / concept to enhance the memorial tree program and do some work at Homecoming Park out in the center of that. So Pete Carr is going to get an overhead view of that, and Laura was going to try to put some information together, trees and wild grasses, and I think present it to the park board. So that's kind of in process. The other thing was that there was still a little bit of money left for the Indian Hill grant, and we are actually going to buy 3 more beech trees and get those planted in there with that money. And then after our next tree commission meeting, we are going to install T-posts and pipes on, I don't know how many of the trees, but several trees just to protect them from the deer. So that's kind of one of the little projects we're going to do after our meeting. Mayor Huner had asked me previously about the pear trees in our city, and because there's some information out there about them being invasive, and currently you cannot buy those trees and you can't even get them, so obviously we won't plant them. Don't know if there's an issue currently with the ones that we have. We'll kind of keep an eye on that. And then the last thing was that starting in September, the tree commission will be moving their meetings, and they will now be on the second Monday of each month at 7:30 a.m. Other than that, that's all we had. There was no action.
Where are those tree commission meetings hosted at normally, Patrick?
Right here. Yes, sir.
Good deal. Great. Any questions for Patrick in reference to the tree commission? The trees at Rear Park, something that we can handle in-house or something?
No, we're gonna have to contract those out because our bucket truck will not go that
Gotcha.
high.
Okay.
Did they come up with a final decision, or do you know?
I believe 2, possibly 3 will have to be removed. 1 will just need to be trimmed up.
Cleaned up. Okay, good. All right, thanks.
Thank you, Patrick. All right. Moving into readings of legislation. Pretty light night. No first, no second, or third reading. The hot topic, the hot item for the agenda tonight is next. The motion to schedule a trick or treat. You know, we talked about this during committee of the whole, about a couple options that we had, either Saturday, October 30 or Sunday, October 31. Both dates for a 6 to 7:30 time for the event. I don't know if council has given that any more thought. Steve, if you wanted to share what you learned about the football and the playoffs.
The football playoffs begin that weekend. We're Division 4. Division 4 playoffs are on Friday night, not on Saturday, so football would not be an issue with doing it on Saturday night. Volleyball, I think, would have playoffs that week, but typically those are earlier in the day. If they are on Saturday, they're usually not in the evening on Saturday. So in my opinion, I think Saturday would probably be the best way to go. You're gonna have people Sunday say, we got school next day with little kids being out. I don't know, that's my personal opinion. I'll go with whatever everybody wishes, and it's Brooks' opinion.
Tricks on Saturday, treats on Sunday.
I'm gonna say, if you asked teachers, they'd say Saturday. when we're-
Yeah, for sure.
You want some over-sugared kids coming on
Yeah.
Sunday morning, you know.
I'm comfortable in making a motion that we schedule a trick or treat for Saturday, October 30 from 6 to 7:30 p.m.
I'll second it.
Steve with a second.
Motion to schedule trick or treat for Saturday, October 30th, 2021 from 6 to 7:30, moved by Council President Chamberlain and seconded by Councilor Schneider. Council President Chamberlain?
Yes.
Councilor Schneider?
Yes.
Councilor Griggs?
Yes.
Councilor Stickley?
Yes.
Councilor Heising?
Yes.
Councilor Steers?
Yes.
6 yeas, 0 nays, motion carries.
I didn't think we got to do anything.
I know, look at
Work
that.
hard.
I guess before I move into old business, I'm happy to have a couple department heads with us tonight, and Keith and Tom. Give you guys the opportunity if you had anything that you wanted to share with council tonight, Keith.
I just hit the submit button on the grant, the Ohio New Infrastructure Grant for the Brunel Street project, looking to hopefully get upwards of $285,000 is what we've asked for. Don't know how. A lot of competition on this one and not a lot of turnaround time, so we'll see how that works out. But that was submitted, and we will be meeting this Friday with the county engineers to see how we fall on the prioritization list.
How do you keep an eye out for grant money? How do you do that, Keith? Is there?
We're on, I know Tom's on several listservs with the Ohio Municipal League. I'm on with TMACOG is a great resource for us.
Gotcha.
The American Public Works Association is another one, and EPA, other places is just if it pops up and it looks good, we start seeing if we got something that'll work to our event.
Yeah. It seems like infrastructure is a hot topic right now at the federal level, and I'm sure at the state level as well, so hopefully keep our eyes open for possible grant money.
We've
Thank you.
got several other projects that we would like to utilize it for. It's just a matter of knowing about it in time to put the paperwork together.
Any questions for Keith tonight? Yeah.
It's on similar, but how's the commissioners had to put out for the Myers storm sewer? Did they get that resolved? Is it on course, or where are we at with that?
They put it out, it was well over the bid,
Correct.
and I don't believe they've resubmitted it yet. I know there's a little bit of opposition asking them to wait until the price comes down on construction. At this point in time, I'm not sure if they've resubmitted it yet. I haven't seen anything from them on that. In any event, it probably won't be till later this fall, possibly winter, before we get started on that, because the city does have a pretty good chunk involved in it. About $60,000
Correct.
of that is going to be footed by us.
Will that be work done by our labor force?
We're hoping to get a lot of that work done by us so that we have more in-kind than actually putting money out for the project.
Tell you what, we save a lot of time, or a lot of money really, when you think about the amount of work our labor force does, don't you think?
Absolutely, I don't, and if you look to try and do comparables, you can't, because our guys do
Right.
a lot more than what most
Sure.
public works departments
Right.
do.
Yeah, we're lucky in that. Anything else for Keith on the public service side? Thanks, Keith, for coming, I appreciate it. Tom, anything from the legal side at all?
Not much really. I guess by way of brief update, on the EMS contract, I think we mentioned that at the council meeting. And I did hear back from the county, and they've accepted our language, and so I think I told Rick to go ahead and reach out to Brooke and try to set up a finance committee meeting so you guys can start to look at that. So that'll be coming your way eventually.
We need to schedule a finance committee meeting for another topic as well, so.
Okay.
Maybe we can have a couple issues tackled at the same time.
And I think prior to the meeting, Keith mentioned that the posts are in for the trailhead signs out by the Indian Hill Trails at Homecoming Park, and Todd's indicated that he's optimistic that he can actually get the signs up before the 24th, which I understand will be a cross-country meet, which I think is a week from tomorrow.
It is.
So I'm putting Todd under the gun, and if he can't get it, we'd understand, but it certainly would be nice if those were up.
The signs?
I have not seen them. I mean, I've seen the drawings, and we've worked through those, but I haven't actually seen the signs.
Todd does great work, so I'm
He
sure
does,
that'll be
yeah,
beautiful.
yeah.
Yeah.
We're counting on him being good. That's it.
I don't think I've ever seen the man make a bad sign.
I don't think so either. Yeah, they're all nice. And the uniformity around town is nice. And just driving through the other day, you know, you just pass a few signs, and it creates a nice sort of,
Yeah, yeah.
creation of unity.
Right.
Yeah.
Any questions for Tom? Good deal. Thanks for coming in, guys. Let's see, on the agenda, we're now to the point of old business. I don't have any old business to discuss. Council members?
I just got a question.
Yeah.
I don't know, old, new. Who's responsible for selecting the flowers for the pots and everything downtown?
Yeah.
That's been thrown onto the beautification team.
Okay, I was curious, I don't know how many of you've been to Ottawa Hills and seen that. Okay, we went through Columbus Grove, going and coming to Cincinnati this weekend. They have pots on the ground, but they put in wave petunias, my wife said they're called, and they just are like reddish purple, and they just overflow. I don't think there's a lot of upkeep to them, and they're just huge. I'll bet you in that little burg of Columbus Grove, I bet there was 200 of those pots. Every 5 yards they had them. Looked beautiful. And you know, I drove through town, and ours has like some grass out the middle and a couple scraggly plants around the side. You know, maybe they just want to do it for variety. I don't know. I can't imagine petunias would be expensive. I don't know.
The wave petunias are a little more expensive, but they are nicer.
Yeah, yeah.
Are you familiar with the wave petunias?
I am.
He went through Ottawa Hills.
They continue to amaze me.
I know.
We need to get him on the tree.
It also depends, coming from a plant person, you can buy more mature plants that have more developed roots where they're already flowering more than when you buy smaller plants that have to work to develop the roots and then can grow.
Gotcha. And I
So
think
you're
I'm
familiar with wave petunias then?
Yes, I mean, when I look at, I'm a flower person, so I notice those things, and, you know, it depends on how much, the containers, you know, how much dirt they're gonna be able to, you know, contain. And, you know, I noticed in town, some of the ones that are high, well, the amount of dirt and the fact that they're not on the ground, they're gonna get hotter.
Right.
And, you know, they're a lot harder to keep water.
Right.
than when you have a big amount of dirt lower to the ground where
I
they
was
can obviously
thinking
grow a
more,
little bit better. you
more
know,
in
so.
tune with our ones that are sitting on the ground. Because I know the top ones, there's not a lot of dirt in them. I think that's a post issue. The posters can't handle that much
Right.
weight. I think we
It's
discussed
one of
that.
those trial and error things. They tried to go lightweight with the coconut baskets and found that with the heat this year, it just, you couldn't keep them longer.
Yeah, yeah.
They would dry out way too quick.
Oh, yeah. Just throw it out.
Yeah.
So Vic would be the guy to talk to.
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they're the ones that, they buy the flowers, they plant the flowers,
Okay.
and then we maintain them.
Okay.
And our potted plants in the ground, I do like the height of that centerpiece.
Yeah.
It gives it some height to it. But yeah, I think, what kind of petunia again?
Wave.
Okay, all right.
That area that the Boy Scouts originally put in by the railroad tracks, that little freaking area, that is really nice. And I pass
Yeah,
that
it
twice a
is.
day, and with the, you know, with the, I don't know what those are, the flowers around it and then those sprawling
Right.
things, it just really looks nice.
Yeah. I think it looks the best that it has maybe ever
Mhm.
this year.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Grass, it's grass. Some sort of grass.
It is some, yeah.
Sorry, I couldn't find
Something
that
to
word.
give height, yeah. Any other old business for tonight?
Since we're on flowers and
Oh,
pretty.
geez, man, I tell you what.
We're on a roll. Months ago, a group wanted to put flowers or for the butterflies on Homecoming Park.
Yes,
Now the question is, and then they talked about moving it back into the,
in between the two legs,
Yeah.
I think the corridor.
where
some talk.
did that project ever go to?
Tracy Behrman was the one that asked about that. We do have, if you've noticed, at Homecoming Park, don't yell at us for not mowing the ditch banks. He has asked us not to because there are hundreds of those milkweed plants that are home to the monarch butterflies. So that's why those ditch banks have not been mowed, and we're not mowing them through September during the mating cycle of butterfly. I believe he's in contact with Rotary, or has been, about trying to get a section between the two trails for the butterflies, because I think that would be a better fit for it than just out in the middle of the park.
I know that was discussed, and that's, I didn't know where it went from there.
We have a butterfly bush in our backyard. It's about 7-8 foot tall, and we have monarchs all the time. We have them flying around all the time, and other butterflies. So, I mean, that's an option too, but, yeah.
Yeah, I know Tracy was very interested in that topic, and the trail is still technically owned by Rotary, correct? So to use that corridor for that, and discussing it with Rotary would be the right approach.
I think so, and I recall that being mentioned, I'm not sure where it went,
Okay.
so I guess if Tracy's still interested in that, maybe we can try to figure out how to rekindle that discussion.
I'll reach out to him.
Okay.
And if he's still interested, point him in the direction of Rotary.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Good deal. I think I see Tracy out harvesting milkweed, because I think he raises monarchs at his home. So,
Really?
Yeah, yeah.
I just sprayed it and killed a bunch. It was in my cornfields, you know? They're a weed.
This should be under new business.
The weed you killed, not the butterfly.
Yes, you killed the milkweed?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. That not nearly as bad as killing the monarchs
No.
themselves,
Yeah.
right?
Just a
Oh,
moment.
geez.
Just their fruits.
You want a motion to approve the bills?
All right, moving on through old business into approval of bills. Yes, let's go there.
I'll make a motion to pay the bills.
Thank you, Steve.
Second.
Thank you, Scott.
Motion to approve and pay the bills as presented was moved by Counselor Schneider and seconded by Counselor Steers. Counselor Schneider,
Yes.
Counselor Steers,
Yes.
Council President Chamberlain.
Yes.
Counselor Gray.
Yes.
Counselor Stickley.
Yes.
Counselor Heising.
Yes.
6 yeas, 0 nays, motion carries.
And, you know, on the agenda, there's no new business, but I think we've covered all the new business we can handle for one night. Harold? No, just joking. Is there any new business for council members having new business for tonight? No? All right. Motion to adjourn.
I'll make that motion.
Thanks, Harold.
Second.
Thank you, Patrick.
Motion to adjourn was moved by Counselor Stickley and seconded by Counselor Griggs. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you.